FISMA delegates responsibility for information security standards to the National Institute of Standards and Technology. The NIST website maintains a repository of many standards for information security. So you can go to csrc.nist.gov and you'll find a plethora of documents on securing your system. Some will be very technical, some less technical, but certainly there are documents there that cover the spectrum of information security. And they are basically in three different categories. Drafts, which are documents and standards which have not been published. So they may be still in development or out for comment, but they have not been published. FIPS, which is the location of the FIPS 199 and 200 documents, which you use to start building your minimum security controls. And Special Publication 800s, where this is the location of SP 800-53, which we're going to look at here, which coordinates with a menu of 17 controls from FIPS 200. It's based on low, medium, and high risk. So the first of the SP 800-53 controls is access control. You must ensure that only authorized users and processes and devices are permitted to access the information system. So you can see the large number of controls here, from account management, least privilege, and concurrent session control, and remote access control, wireless access, data mining protection, etc. Awareness and training. You must ensure that managers and personnel are adequately trained on information security. So this includes your security awareness and training policies and procedures, role-based security training, maintaining security training records, and contacts with security groups and associations. Audits and accountability. Audit records should be enabled to view monitoring, analysis, investigation, and reporting of unauthorized activity. And it should be traceable to individual users. So you can see here the list of audit and accountability procedures, from audit events to audit storage requirements, timestamps, audit review analysis, and protection of audit information, non-repudiation. Certification, accreditation, and security assessments. This requires periodic assessments of security controls to determine if current systems are effectively controlled. This would be security assessments, security interconnection, system certification, continuous monitoring, and penetration testing. Configuration management. You must establish and maintain baseline inventories and configurations of hardware, software, firmware, and other information systems. So this includes baseline configuration, configuration change control, security impact analysis, least functionality, information system component inventory, software usage restrictions, and user-installed software practices. Contingency planning. You're required to develop plans for operating your information systems during emergencies to ensure continuity operations. This is where you would have your continuity plans, contingency training, contingency plan training, alternative storage sites, and information system backups. Identification and authentication. You must accurately identify authorized users. So you have here your practices towards identification and authorization of users, device identification and authentication, identifier management, and service identification and authorization. Incident response. You must develop comprehensive plans to detect, contain, and respond to incidents and report to authorities. So you have incident response training, testing, incident handling, incident monitoring, incident reporting, and your incident response plan. Maintenance. Must regularly maintain information systems and security controls. This has standards for your maintenance tools, your maintenance personnel, and timely maintenance itself. Media protection. You must limit access to system media to authorized users and permanently wipe media before disposal. So the controls that are listed here are media access, storage, sanitation, use, and downgrading. Physical and environmental protection. You must restrict physical access to authorized individuals only, protect the systems from environmental hazards. These are all the things you would think of in terms of physically securing your systems. So physical access, monitoring, physical access, visitor access records, emergency power, fire protection, temperature and humidity control, and water damage protection. Planning. Plans must describe the security controls that have been implemented and the rules of behavior for those who are authorized access. So again, your system security plan, rules of behavior, privacy impact assessment, and central management. Personnel security must ensure that the employees and contractors are trustworthy and meet security criteria. Ensure systems are protected when the employees terminate or transfer. So here you would have your controls for personnel screening, access agreements, and third-party personnel security. Risk assessment. You must periodically conduct risk assessments of information security, taking into account operations, assets, and individuals. So here you're looking at security categorization, which you tie back to FIPS 199 and FIPS 200, vulnerability scanning, technical service measures, and surveys. The systems and services acquisition. You must ensure that sufficient resources are available for security. Use a system development lifecycle and restrict use and installation of software, and assess third-party security. System communication and protection. You must monitor and protect at external and key internal boundaries and employ architectural design, software development life cycles, and security engineering. So here you can look at things like boundary protection, transmission confidentiality, cryptographic key establishment and maintenance, session authority, covert channel analysis, denial of service protection, and security function isolation. And lastly, system and information integrity. You must identify, report, and correct flaws in information systems, protect from malicious code, and monitor security alerts and advisories. Here you're looking at flaw remediation, malicious code monitoring, information system monitoring, software, firmware, and information integrity, and predictable failure prevention. As you can see, with all these controls from SP 800-53, there's also an audit document that parallels this called SP 800-53A. But there are a number of controls, and as a security framework, this is an ideal document. Whether you're a federal contractor or not, this is a document that can help you secure your organization, particularly as you're looking at gap analysis. What controls do you not have in place at some particular point in time? Now, SP 800-53 is a daunting document. It's a very long document, a very large number of controls, and every control is metered by whether or not it's in a high-risk scenario, a medium-risk scenario, or a low-risk scenario. So you have a number of things that you have to accomplish to be able to effectively use SP 800-53 to develop your security framework. However, I think if you go through the process using FIPS 199, FIPS 200, and SP 800-53, you have a very powerful security program if you implement all the controls in the risk environments that you designate those controls are operating within.